Welcome to the Pricing Therapy Lounge. I'm so glad you're here. We are going to be on quite the journey together, right? We're going to dig deep. We're going to look at what matters. And we're going to have effective communications on how we can grow and scale our companies through profitable pricing modeling. And it's going to have some ups and downs, but that's okay. That's why it's called therapy. We have some things to unpack, but we also need people to understand our perspective as well. So let's get started. I can't wait. Why did I start the Pricing Therapy Lounge? Well, a few reasons. One, I really think we just need to be having some real conversations across different departments. Maybe on the pricing side, we have some vents. Why does this department always say this? And why do I have to show everything? And right? Like there's some layers to our complexity. But then there's also some frustrations that are voiced back at pricing. And we really need to come together as a department, as a community, and we need to know that we are the single largest impact to profitability, which is a big responsibility on our shoulders, right? But in some departments or some companies, or depending on where you're at, that can be seen as a tactical task, right? Fill in the numbers, tell us what the price is, right? The strategy drives the profit growth. But in other times, it's about problem solving. What problem are we trying to solve? Right? And that takes a lot of collaboration and communication with different departments across the organization, sales, executive, even the accounting team. How are we billing it? The cost, procurement, it all fits together in pricing and it all has to work, right? So we need to have these conversations so that we can share the level of knowledge that we have in pricing, right? But we also need to do it in a way that others can understand it. They can digest it. They can ask open-ended questions so that they kind of know what our data inputs are, feeds and drives the model and the deliverables. But at the end of the day, we have to be able to effectively communicate pricing up the different channels and have a customer experience where people can understand why the pricing is the way it is. What are the drivers, right? In a world right now full of inflation, full of change, full of things that we don't even know about yet, AI is coming into play. We've got inflation, we've got all these different cost drivers, right? We need to take a step back and understand how those inputs affect the models. Do we have a spot for them? If we don't, and it's just hitting the bottom line, oofty, we've got an issue on our hands, right? So understanding the complexities of where all the cost inputs go, where are all the matrices, where are all the drivers? Are we cost up? Are we value-based? We have to understand the end game, right? What problem are we trying to solve? What are the drivers that impact this? And in the middle, we can build three-dimensional matrix to take all of those attributes into consideration. But it takes communication. It's not siloed, okay? And that's why we're on a therapy lounge. Yes, we have to talk about real things. But we have to understand everybody's unique perspective so we can drive the business growth together through the big responsibility that we have of pricing items effectively and accurately and for margin growth or whatever your KPI is for the year. So welcome to the Therapy Lounge. I want all departments to learn something. Pricing needs a voice, a seat at the table, but we also have to communicate together effectively to make this work. So please join me on our therapy couch and let's have some fun and let's have some really raw conversations about what a business struggles with on the pricing side, because it is the foundation and the nucleus of a company's profitability. So let's get started, and I can't wait to see where this journey takes us together. Let's go.